Well, hello, my friends. Welcome back to another Wednesday episode here with my good friend Beth English. And today we're going to talk about 4 ways in which you can improve your art business in 2021. So, Beth, Happy New Year. Good to see you.
Happy New Year. So great to see you too.
This is our very first episode of the year. You know, we started this last year. It's going to be almost 1 year since we began this journey together of showing up every Wednesday and have a topic that we take turns of picking the topic. And it's been really fun. I had to say before, we talk about hard business is that I'm having a lot of fun here with you, Beth, every week. I look forward to connecting and to chatting with you and to exchange ideas, right? Because that's what this is all about, kind of exchanging ideas and how we work and how artists work, and then sharing those with our friends who, faithfully join us every week. So I want to say thank you for that as well.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me to do this. This has been so much fun, something I look forward to every week, and especially getting to connect with so many new people online and hearing what they have to say. Like, this is what it's all about, sharing,
Right.
Connecting. We're all growing together. We're all in this together. So I'm excited about your topic today. I know everyone else watching is too.
I know. Well, you talk about growth, and that's what this one is all about. It's about, 4 things that you can do to grow your art business in 2021. It's a brand new year. So, we come to the new year with new expectations, with new ideas, things that we want to see grow in our art career, in our life, and all aspects of life, right? So these are things that I've been thinking about as well. And as I always begin my year with a time of reflection and meditation and figuring out what I want to accomplish in the year. So hopefully these 4 tips will also help our friends as well. And I will be happy also, Beth, to hear your insight from each one of them. So the first one that I would like to share with our friends and with you is first kind of thing or way in which you can grow your career is to, from the get-go, divide your goals from your art studio goals, from your art business goals. I think that's super important to keep in mind. The art studio is what you do in the studio, right? What happens in the studio. You can have your goals of, well, maybe I want to create a new series or 3 large paintings or whatever it is, right? Or keep my studio clean, whatever it is your studio goal. But then also separate that from your art business goal. And I like to think of the art business is the moment your art is finished in the studio and then it meets the world. Now it meets, the business part of your art career. And that includes your exhibitions, your pop-up shows, collaborations, selling online, your marketing, social media, all that is part of your art business. So step 1, I would say, keep them separate. Have some goals for your art business and have some goals also for your art studio practice so that you can look at them independently from each other. What do you think of that one?
Yeah. I think that's a great idea because I think we're using such different parts of our brain and personality when we're doing those different tasks. So it makes sense that we would have different goals for each of them because and I think first and foremost, like, let your art studio practice be the thing that sort of drives you creatively, intuitively, the way you express yourself, and then let that just sort of unfold into all of your business stuff as well. So definitely love how you separated those two because it can get confusing when there's too many things to do at once.
Yeah, it sure can. Or if you don't get to accomplish one of the goals and then you feel like, well, maybe everything in my art is just going wrong. Well, maybe something's going really well in your art studio, but you're just keeping it all mixed up. So kind of have that separation. At the end of the day, they kind of go together, right? You cannot have an art business if you're not making the art, the bottom line. So I think they will complement each other. So keep them separate. Second way in which you can grow your art business in 2021 is to also look at your numbers. And it surprises me, as I help artists, throughout the year, how many artists have no idea of their numbers. And the reality is that you don't have a business if you don't know your numbers, the numbers of how much money came in, how much money went out, in your art practice. And sometimes you will be surprised how much we spend in our art career, in materials, in time, and submissions for this or that, all the things that we spend on the cost of running your art career, not your studio, your art career, and also everything together, also what happens in the studio, and know your numbers. So that's a really good way to start the year looking at, okay, how did I do in 2020? I know it was a crazy year for everybody, and maybe numbers wise, it wasn't your best year. But you can then change that dynamic and that thinking in 2021. You cannot make a adjustments to the things that you don't know about. You cannot go say, okay, I'm going to fix my car if it's broken if you don't know what's wrong with it. So.
Yeah, that's the best advice. You know, it's probably one of the least favorite things that artists like.
Totally unfavorite, yeah.
But it is so important. And for me, I know when I started doing that, I was looking at my process even more closely and trying to understand, like, how could I improve the work by decreasing the cost and minimizing the amount of time I was spending so that would make my margins higher. And I was just thinking about all these different ways that I could work and improve, like, every step along the way in that process. But I wouldn't have known had I not looked at it and take a serious, like, inventory of, okay, what am I spending here, here, and there, and how am I spending my time in each of those steps? And so it's worth it in the end, but it's definitely one of those bridges that is like, I don't really want to do that.
Right, exactly. One of those things like, okay, I'll do it next year. Right. So, but so important. So yeah, thank you for sharing that, because it is super important. If you really want to grow your business, you got to know your numbers. So otherwise you don't know what you're growing. That's the bottom line. You don't have a business if you don't have numbers. Okay. And number 3, which are very important, third way in which you can grow your art business in 2021 is to create new habits or strategies that are going to help you to get where you want to be, right, in your art business. So if you want to sell more art, if you want to, have a better website, whatever those things will be that you want to improve for your art business, not for your studio, right? Thinking about for your art business itself, what are the new strategies and habits that you need to learn? Because the reality is that, a lot of times we want to change things, but we are not willing to change ourselves. So we expect different results from doing the same thing that we have always done. And so I think this is a very important one. It has a lot to do with personal kind of commitment and, mindset of saying, okay, if I need to do X, Y, Z, maybe I need to start waking up a little earlier, or maybe I need to start watching so much Netflix and a little bit spending more time on this or that, right? Whatever it may be the case, doing those tweaks and adjustments that in 2021, will result in a plus, right? In the plus sign, on the plus end of your art business versus on the decline on the other side, where you say, I wish I should have done this or that. So
this is such an important point, because I think as we grow, our art business grows. And so what we do and what we create is also going to change over time, I think. And one of the most defining moments that I can remember when I was creating a lot more art was asking myself, what is it that I want to sell my work for? And what is like what's like the minimum price point that I want to create work at? And how do I see myself working with others? If I was working with like an interior designer or some sort of corporate client or something, I had very clear vision of how I saw myself working as an artist. And then that way, everything else that didn't matter, or wasn't on that list, it just didn't distract me anymore. Right. And that just really helped me clarify the direction that I saw myself going. And of course, I wasn't going to start at that point when I was, a first time brand new artist. But, after 10 years, it made sense for me to say, you know what, I don't want to sell work for less than this price. And I only want to work with these types of clients from now on. So it was a huge turning point for me that I gave myself permission to say, this is how I see myself working. Exactly. And because you do that, then you can make the adjustments and the changes and the strategies and the habits that you need to have in order to get the results that you're looking for. Totally on point. I love that. And, super, super important that our friends do that. I actually, before I go to the next point, on Sunday of this week, I spent some time I took a day off just for reflection and for kind of figuring out the year, and also how I start my day. So I tweaked my beginning of my day, how I have done it before, to make room for the new things that I want to do. So that's a topic for another episode, which I'll share how I'm liking it. Maybe, that would be good. But you're supposed to rest more, remember? Yes, that's included. So, and the last one, the fourth way in which you can improve your art career, of course, is to get help, right? To work with others who are doing the same thing. And for that, of course, as you guys know, I love to do challenges. And that's something that I just love doing, because I can get to work with a lot of people. And we just did a Small Works Challenge, and then we did a bootcamp challenge. So now we're going to do one in January. It actually starts January 11th. It's called the
Art Business Growth Challenge. So if you want to check that out, just message me or just go to the link www.theartistnextlevel.com/join, and you can join the challenge where I'll be working with you specifically on, numbers don't lie, or, marketing strategies, branding, all the things that are part of your art business, not your art studio, but your art business itself, so that you can put it in the right place so it can grow in 2021. So those are kind of like the 4 things I wanted to share with all our friends, with, to get into the path of growth for the new year.
One of the things I love about doing these videos with you and connecting with a lot of your students is that when you're doing the challenges, they're doing the challenges, and I can see everyone doing the work together. And I just love that. Like, I can celebrate with all of y'all when you're like when you were promoting the small works in December. There's so many artists I was following on Instagram, and they were doing the same thing. And so I knew, like, okay, let's give each other a bunch of extra love, because I know that this is a lot of work, and it was just exciting to see everyone's work come out of that process you take them through. So it's super. Thank you, Sergio, for everything you do for artists around the world. It's amazing. Can we all just collectively thank Sergio now?
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's exciting. And of course, I do the challenge myself too, which is why I enjoy it so much, because I'm not just teaching it, but I'm also doing it. And I'm, it's part of what I do too. So it's super cool. Well, my friends, we have come to the end of another awesome episode. And as usual, super happy to connect with you, Beth, once again. I look forward to connecting with you next week. And in the meantime, right in between episodes, where can our friends find you and connect with you in social media?
You guys can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Beth English, and my website is at bethenglish.com. I am on TikTok as well at Beth English. So let's all just come together and start having more fun online.
Exactly. We need to do an episode on TikTok after we get around of using it more and see how you like it, see how I like it, which is fun. And of course, guys, you can find me at Sergio Gomez Art in my social media, SergioGomezOnline.com on the web. And if you want to check the challenge, theartistnextlevel.com/join. And we would love to connect with you in between episodes. And we'll see you next time. Hi, Beth. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.